Yo, yo, yo. Afternoon, everybody. This is Fair Catch Sports Show live on Monday afternoon. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Pretty interesting for me, but I hope everybody had a a good weekend. Excuse me. How was your weekend, sis?
The same, like bunch of football, hung out with family, you know, not much, not much crazy happened.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, we're here to talk about these Bears. We bring up good brother Isaiah. So, what's going on, Zay?
Tell you
How was
about the
What's up,
Bears.
y'all?
Hey Zay,
What's up,
busy,
man?
busy, busy.
Man,
what's there
we
to talk about at this point?
I know,
That's the
right? We
question I
looking at the
have.
freaking
What's there to
draft.
talk about?
We looking at the draft every year. That's
Yeah,
what
I mean, at this point, like when I saw they were only scoring 3 points the whole game, I turned it off. I literally turned it off. I was like, this game is boring. Okay, like pathetic, bro.
man.
And I
Thomas,
can't even blame the defense this week because they held their opponent to 6 points.
Just
They
sad.
held their opponents to 6 points, and we
I'm
still
not.
lost.
I'm not blaming Thomas Brown for this because these guys just ain't play not playing
Like
good.
they're just not playing, bro. Like I don't know what to say. Like you held an opponent to 6 points, you should win the game.
Yeah,
Like uh, I just don't know what to say at this point.
I just think
Like
Thomas.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I just think Thomas is in a crazy situation where in which he should, in my opinion, never be in. Shouldn't have brought back the coach, but I mean, it is what it
it's
is.
just pathetic at this point. And I have to say this: if Cairo Santos can't kick a 57 yarder, he needs to be cut.
I mean, golly.
Like he needs to be cut, in my personal opinion. You can't kick a 57 yarder in today's game, like in the era of kickers with long like powerful legs. Like bro, like yeah, bro, you need to go, bro.
Yeah.
Like his career long is 55 yards.
Yeah.
There's rookies in the NFL whose longs are longer than that.
Yeah.
So like Cam Little, the kicker for the Jaguars, his long is 59 yards.
But go get the freaking kicker from Georgia. He kicking longer than Cairo Santos.
The kicker from Georgia. Oh, ain't he a sophomore? Peyton Wooding.
He's better
Woodring.
than him.
Hmm.
Bro, there's a bunch of strong leg kickers coming out. There's no excuse for the Bears not to snag one. That's all I
You
can
know
say.
what? You know what?
Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead, y'all.
No, I was just gonna say it don't even matter because we need to be getting some offensive linemen and defensive
We
linemen.
do. I'm just
I
saying,
also,
like as a UDFA, there's no excuse not to snag
Yeah.
one.
I also feel like it's more to it than just Cairo can't keep the 57 yarder because I don't know. I'm not buying into it.
I know you like Cairo, bro,
No,
but
it's not that I
I'm
don't.
so sorry.
I like Cairo, I do, but I think I don't trust this organization. I don't trust nobody making no decisions right now. Really, honestly, Kevin Warren a little bit, but it's like y'all saying Cairo couldn't kick it. I don't believe. It. No, no. But you
If he
showed
could,
me.
he they would have put him out there,
But
bro.
he do
I
His
don't
all
long
think.
is
I don't.
55
I can't do
for
it
a
in
reason.
I
He's
think.
attempted longer kicks and hasn't made them.
I think that the problem with them is the way the season has gone. They just don't trust themselves now. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think
I'm
they trust
saying
themselves.
though, like I've watched and I googled this. He's attempted kicks past 55 and he hasn't hit any of them.
Hmm. Well, I mean, hey,
Like he just doesn't have a strong leg. Like he's
the
consistent. Don't get me wrong, he's consistent and he has a nice leg inside of 50 yards, but outside of 50 yards, that's where it gets shaky.
yeah, he does. I mean, he does. We know this. We know he ain't got no strong leg.
Like I'm not saying like he's some terrible kicker or some terrible person or things like that, right? But at the same time, you bro, you can't kick past 55 yards like in today's game. Like that's why Detroit moved off of their kicker from last year. They
I
didn't
thought
trust him
I
to
thought he's
kick.
hurt. I thought he's hurt.
Oh well, he
That
got hurt. he got hurt, but they brought in competition.
Mm.
They brought in like they're like, okay, we'll have him battle it out in camp. He was losing the camp battle anyway,
Oh, yeah.
even before he got hurt, because they want someone they can rely upon that can kick 55 yards or more. That's why they went for it so much on fourth down last year. Not because they just wanted to, but because they didn't really trust Michael Badgley
Yeah.
beyond a certain point on the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of times they would go for it, and you're like, wow, like I wouldn't go for it there, but they didn't trust the leg of their kicker, so they kind of had no choice. Now they're more opting to go for the 3 points because they trust the leg of Jake Bates,
Right.
and
Yeah.
so they don't mind taking the points instead of going for it there on fourth down. Like they still go for it, but not as much as they did like last year. Like even the numbers back that up. They're more willing to take the 3 points because they trust the leg of Jake Bates more.
No, hey, I'm not. Like I told you, it ain't. I like Cairo, and I understand.
Like
I
last,
don't trust this organization because we saw what
like
happened.
true, that's true. Like last week against when Detroit came here, right? Last year they wouldn't have not put Banshee out there for that 59-yarder. They would have went for that fourth down. But they're like, you know what? Jake Bates got a long enough or 65-yarder or whatever it was, 65, 66. They wouldn't have put Banshee out there. They would have been like, you know what? We'll just go for this. But they're like, Jake Bates kicked a 64-yarder. We trust him from 65.
Yeah,
It almost went in too.
we don't have. We. I think it's just
So
me. It's the consistency at kicker that we haven't had in years. I'm sorry.
I get all that. I don't disagree. That's what I'm saying. I don't disagree in that sense, but also at the same time, I feel like at least for this game, that was the difference in the game, right? Like if you were able to, you could at least tied the game, right, and gone to overtime. But because you didn't trust Cairo Santos, you ended up going for it on fourth down, and you didn't get the fourth down conversion, right?
It was even more than that. They, they totally screwed that up again.
I,
It's
I
like,
mean, I get that. I'm just saying though. I'm just
but
saying,
even,
like,
but even let's just be real. Like, even if they had went for the kick, someone went wrong.
I mean,
Someone.
and that's my point. That's why if you have a chance to upgrade and to get better, you're going to do that, right?
I'm
It's
saying
like
like
moving away from
somebody got
Braxton.
blocked or
Like,
something. What you say?
it's like moving away from Braxton. Like when you got, I'm not now. We got to be careful because when we say we should upgrade, this dumb GM will go and take a punter early. So we got to be
Right.
careful. We talk
That's what I'm
about
saying.
upgrading with the kicker position.
Right. So we got to be careful with that, right?
I'm
So
not.
it's
I'm not
like,
saying draft winner, but I am saying bring in some competition.
yeah. Bring in
Make
some
Cairo
competition.
earn it. That's what I'm saying. Like make Cairo earn it. I would
What's
bring in a young leg. I would make him
what is
earn
his
it.
Huh?
Huh?
what is his contract? He got one more year.
He got like
Signing
2
extension.
years.
He signed an extension. What last year?
He got like 2 years left.
I
Two
keep
or
it for
three.
2 years. They go find an upgrade. Go bring guys in the offseason and find upgrades. But if you don't find nothing, keep them from that time being.
Exactly. That's
When
what I'm
his
saying.
contract,
I'm not saying get rid of him. I'm just saying it wouldn't hurt to bring in competition and make him earn the job. That's all. Right? That's all I'm saying.
Sorry, y'all.
I'm not saying flat out replace him. I'm simply saying bring in competition, make him earn the job. If he earns it, great.
He got 3 years. He
That's
got 3
good for
years
the
left on his
Bears.
deal. He got 3 years left on his deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like make it, but make him earn it. I'd bring in
He made
competition this year. There's plenty of long leg kickers.
he makes 3.1 this year. Well, he makes 3.1 over the next 4 years.
Ooh.
It'd be hard to cut it, man. You paying $12 million. But I'm sure if they cut him, it's gonna be.
What's his dead cap?
Hold on, I just picked up. Well, if they
Like,
so if they cut him,
uh-huh.
so if they cut him next year, I'm sorry, if they cut him for the 2025 season, he's making 4.2. He made 4.2 this year.
Uh-huh.
if they cut him next year, dead money is 2.1 million.
That's
With
not bad.
cap savings of 2 million. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So they could cut him next year. They probably could wait one more year, maybe find some. They could bring.
What's his cap hit in 2026?
His cap number is 3.7 with dead money of 1.1, and then a cap savings of 2.6.
Ugh. I don't like that 3 mil though.
I'm gonna
You're
let him
better
pay
off
it.
cutting them this
But
year.
well, I mean, you're gonna save more money.
Yeah, but you still like that 3 million is crazy. You're better off cutting them this
I
year.
had 2.1 in dead million, and almost 2.2 million in dead money if they cut him.
That's not that bad though. Like we ate what 9 million for Cody.
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 point.
I mean,
That's not too bad.
it is what it is. I mean, they, he
I'm
on a
not saying flat out cut him, but I am saying competition wouldn't hurt.
yeah.
It wouldn't hurt. That's all I'm saying.
And they got to bring like they got way more things. They got a lot more things to worry about than him. Like, he is like priority number. We'll go like 10. He ain't even on. He ain't top 5.
You know, the whole roster shouldn't be lenient. Put it this way: no one should be safe on that roster, except
nobody.
maybe except Darnell Wright. All right.
Well, Caleb's gonna be safe.
And Caleb. And Caleb. But other than that, nobody else should be safe like that, in my personal opinion.
Throw Kyler Gordon up there. Throw Kyler Gordon in there.
Okay,
well,
and Kyler Gordon.
All right, so we'll say safe players. We'll say Caleb, obviously.
Yep.
DJ Moore, Cole,
Darnell Wright.
Darnell Wright,
Kyler Gordon.
Jalen
Johnson. That's 6.
Brisker will be safe because
that's
same
7.
what happened to defense when he was hurt. So.
Right.
I'm done with that, man. I'm done with
but
that.
But that's it. That's I have about 7. That's about 7 players.
What about Edwards Edmonds? What do y'all feel about Edwards?
Edwards has been playing good.
He's been playing good, but I also feel like if you can get him back for the price you got him at, then sure, I'd keep him. But if you got to pay him more than what he's making now, I'd let him go personally.
I like Edmonds though.
Edmonds,
I like Edmonds.
I like Edwards
though. But
Edmonds, he hasn't lived up to the contract for me.
For that deal they paid him.
For that deal they paid him.
It was a good deal.
Edwards makes $7 million next year.
Edmonds or Edwards?
Edwards makes $7 million.
Yeah, that's you can keep Edwards. I like.
I'm talking about Edwards, not Edmonds. Edmonds is no.
Yeah, Edmonds didn't live up to his contract. Edwards, like I said, if you could bring him back for 3 years, another $19 million. Yeah, all day.
You know what? So this is my thing, right? Since we get a new coach, I think we just gotta wait and see on some of these guys. Like Braxton, obviously, he can't be the starter. We know that, right? So Braxton Jones can't be the starter. We got to get rid of all the guards and the center. Got to get rid of all them dudes. All them dudes got to be.
Yeah, basically, right? You need 4 new offensive line positions.
4 new offensive line.
You need
right?
4 of them. Yep.
You don't need no receivers. Keenan, if Keenan don't re-up, fine, whatever. We got Rome, and then Tyler Scott finally get some playing time.
Right, you're right. You don't need receivers. You don't need. You need a tight end too, maybe.
Didn't Gerald ever sign for 2 years?
He signed for a year.
But it looked like he ain't gonna be. He might not make it past.
Right, that's what I said. You get a decent tight end too. Edmonds.
You said Edmonds?
I would get a decent tight end.
You talking about
ever signed for 2 years? 2 years, $12 million.
He's not amazing. They probably cut him at the end of the year. He probably gets cut at the end of the year. Anyway, get a decent tight end too. Someone like Payne Durham or something.
Yeah, they could cut him because it's only dead money is $1 million.
Yeah, they'll probably cut him.
Everett probably gonna get cut. He might. Well, we don't know. We'll know.
It depends, and also that's another thing. It depends on who they hire, right? Like, are they gonna switch defenses or whatever? Like, blah blah.
No, I think we're talking about like obvious, like people that's gone that ain't coming back. Like Travis Homer probably gone. He gone.
Yeah.
Devin Jacobs is gone too.
Unless he does a
He's not coming back. I
I think
seriously doubt it.
I think
Same
what the
thing.
Bears are going to do, they're going to try to overpay Mekhi Becton because that's what he's going to end up getting because of the season he's having with Philly. I think they'll do that to address that guard spot, and then
But he's
they'll
That's
better than
only one
yeah,
guard spot though.
he's better.
That's
Yeah,
only
he's better than what we got right now, though. So
but
hey,
but
it is
yeah,
what
that's only one guard spot. You need two.
you definitely need
yeah.
to.
You need two. That's what I'm saying. Like Tevin's gonna walk, so you need a left guard spot. Makai Becton can
Somebody
fill
gonna
your
take
right guard
somebody
spot.
gonna take that.
Guard and
Somebody-
tackle. And guess what? I like the center. I even like the center from Texas.
Yeah,
Jake Majors.
He supposed
Yes.
to be in the
Yes.
15.
Jake Majors.
yeah.
I
I
like
think
Jake Majors too.
yeah,
I like him a lot.
you know what I'm saying. So it's so many holes on this roster, which is goes into what you saw on the field, right? So we saw on the field the Bears can't score, whether it's Caleb taking sacks, the offensive line not knowing how to block nobody at times, can't get the running game going. Oh, receivers just I don't even know what they were doing. Sometimes they was open and Caleb missed them by a mile, and then other times they just stopped running and he missed.
So
You know what I'm saying? So
I watched a lot of this game, right? It was a multitude of things, right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It sure was.
A lot.
It was everybody at
Yep.
this point
Everybody.
for me.
Exactly. That's why I'm going down
Caleb
like
missed
everybody.
Caleb missed throws and took unnecessary sacks. The
Yep.
offensive line gave up sacks they didn't need to.
Yep.
I saw guys running wrong routes at some
Yep.
point. Like I saw that. I saw the defense not knowing who they're blocking up front for against the offensive line. Like I saw busted coverages from the secondary. Like I saw all kinds of things. Like
Yeah.
you know,
All sorts of stuff.
special teams just hasn't been the same since DeAndre Carter's been out. Like there's been all kinds of bad blah, that contributed to this L on Thursday. Which, by the way, that is embarrassing. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie. That's embarrassing. That was the Thursday night game. That's what you people punished us with. Seahawks and Bears. That's what we got punished with the day after Christmas.
Geno Smith in the end zone. We can't even get
My God,
He
bro,
threw a
we held this team to 6 points and lost.
6 points.
I can't believe this, bro.
Keep in mind,
Guess
this
what?
is the same team that put up a bunch of points on the Vikings defense.
The week
Literally.
before, yes.
The week before they put up like what 30 points or almost close to it.
If Gino don't be doing some dumb stuff, they win that game.
And the crazy thing is,
No.
they didn't even. The crazy thing is, Gino didn't even go ballistic. Did he throw a pick?
He was about to, and look,
He didn't even throw an interception. He usually throws an interception.
He threw
Evans
a
had his chance, but he
didn't
dropped
catch
it. He dropped it.
Like he usually throws you a pick. He usually gives you the ball, right?
it.
So if you're the defense, you usually get the ball, right?
Evans had his chance. He missed it.
Yeah, he did. He did. He should have had that. I was screaming at the TV. He should have had that, bro. It was right in his hands. But so they get the fumble, right? They got 3 points out of that fumble. That was it.
I can't believe that wasn't a touchdown.
I can because his knee was down by contact. I saw that. I thought it was a touchdown too, but then when I saw the replay, yeah, he was down.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he basically was laying on somebody.
He was literally laying on somebody, and his knee was on the top.
So you couldn't really, and to me, you couldn't tell if the Seattle player was touching him or not. It was too close to be like, yeah, no, it didn't happen.
Yeah, so
they made the right call.
They made the right call, but the crazy thing is the defense was getting off the field and giving the offense the ball, and to be fair, the offense didn't get that many, didn't get backed up that far. Like they got backed up a couple times, but for the most part, they were on the 40, the 50, the 35, and they couldn't generate any kind of offense whatsoever.
Defense looked like they
No running game at all.
Right, no running game. Where was DeAndre Swift at? You pay this dude $8 million a year. I expect him to be running people over.
But you know what? In his defense, they don't have no consistency.
That's true. And then any good drive the Bears would have, Jake Caron's holding.
Like y'all feel like the offensive play calling is disjointed, or maybe it's just me.
No, it's not disjointed. I feel like it's being I I feel like it's decent. It's just it's not being executed, or it's always being
No.
held back by a penalty. I mean, Jay Karan had two,
Yeah, that was wrong.
Oh God,
right?
he froze.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
Like
okay, you back. Go ahead.
Jay Karan had a holding penalty
Yeah, he did.
just
that
terrible.
that that what cost us 10 yards. So
Yeah,
Touchdown.
instead of being at the 10, we at the what the 20.
No, he
it
cost
was
us
a
a
touchdown
touchdown.
pass.
It was a
Touchdown.
touchdown. Yeah, exactly. Cost us a touchdown. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's not like the offense was that badly like that badly called. I thought there were
No,
some
no,
good plays called. It's just got killed by
I
penalties.
wasn't. I'm not saying like when I say this Jordan, I mean like I'm not saying his play call the plays he was calling. It just wasn't. It was it. How to speed. Like he always says, "What are you setting up? What are you setting up?" So it just seemed like he was just calling plays, just be calling. Like yes,
Yeah,
some of them were working, some of them work. But what was he setting up? It
couldn't.
didn't make no sense.
Yeah, we couldn't run the ball, and then we
That
got Smith out here doing hurdles, and he can't even run nobody over. What the heck are you trying to hurdle somebody for? You could do a hurdle and almost have
hey, he
80
wants his
people
he
that don't
wants
run
his
the
highlights
ball.
on Sports Center. That's what it is. He wants his highlights on Sports Center.
God,
And he's not. And I realized with Swift, he's not a patient runner at all.
No, he's not.
He don't wait for no blocks, nothing. Like, and I noticed that with Roshan, like Roshan will let his blockers set up their block thing he's doing, which is a lot like you'll see like the good runners like a Derrick Henry or like a Saquon. They said they wait. All right, I'm gonna see if my guy block. He don't, then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. If he don't get this block. You know what I'm saying? They patient. Swift, this ball gone. As soon as he touch the ball, he's like, bro, you ain't even get the alignment. This chance to do nothing.
I mean, can we just get Cam Scatterbo in here already? I'm sick of watching Swift.
Cam Scatterboo. I like Cam
Yeah.
Scatterboo.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't a good game by the
It
offense
was a
at all.
sloppy game from everybody, from the offense especially. I felt like the defense played fine. I mean, you hold an opponent to 6 points, I'm not gonna have too many complaints.
Yeah,
But this
Real
is
talk.
but this is why I said, and we talked about this. We talked about. I felt like they should not have never made Thomas Brown head coach.
Yeah,
no,
no,
I
they shouldn't have.
no, no,
They never made him head coach because you
no.
see he is not able to handle all those responsibilities at the same time.
He's not right now.
And those players are not getting behind him, and that's not even his fault. That's just the situation.
Right.
And that's the even
It's
talk about that. Like there's no energy on the team. There's
No,
nothing. You don't see
no.
guys past each other. Nothing. It's just like, and I said this to at least in the chat, our little group chat. Like this ain't no shot at Caleb. But them
no.
guys don't play for him like they play for other people. They
Like
don't.
like I was watching. So I watched the Sunday night game. By the way, them two put on a show last night. If you
What?
missed the
Oh,
Sunday night game between Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix, you missed a show. That was a show. But you could just tell, like you could just tell that city is behind Jaden Daniels, right? That the players are like his teammates, the coaches. Like you could just see it, right? Like they were down 17-7 heading into the what fourth quarter, right? They came back, tied.
no.
They came back, took the
17
lead,
14. 17-14. They scored at the end.
17-14, right? They came back, took the lead, right? And Michael Penix, credit to him for his second game in the league. That man put on big boy pants and
Yeah,
tied the
Yo,
game to get it to overtime. That was
man.
crazy.
really
That
good.
was like Michael Penix. Woo, that kid's gonna be awesome.
Yo.
But
Can somebody get Kyle Pitts some hands?
yeah, bro,
Like,
if Kyle Pitts would have dropped that game time touchdown, I would have said something. I would have screamed,
God,
bro.
The problem is that
I would have screamed.
they got
huh?
away from the run game, and that's another problem. And Raheem Morris, like his explanation about after the game about why he didn't take a timeout when the clock was running, when it started from 40 to 20,
That reminded me of some Matt Eberflus nonsense, bro.
But
completely
did
stupid.
y'all hear? Did you hear? What's his name? Collinsworth talking about Bijan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were saying like he's having a great season. but they want him to take the next step, like Saquon, which goes back to what I just said, being patient and being able to hit them holes when that little you got that little sliver of time or that little sliver of opening, you hit that. He ain't doing that right. Yes,
No,
he's
he's
putting
not.
up yards, but he's not breaking. He's not getting them game breakers like
Right,
Derrick Henry or Saquon. It's like they get a little bit and they gone,
right, and they gone like they zoom, right? But
gone.
anyway,
It's the
like
same thing. Like okay, even somebody less
Yeah.
Super Hubbard. Why did the Panthers get on that winning streak? Because Super Hubbard was killing.
that's why he
Man was
got that extension.
Look good. He
man was
looked
killing.
really good.
That's why he
Yo,
got that extension, bro. Man is cooking,
dude is
bro.
nice, man. But
Yeah.
people forget about him because the Panthers were a dumpster fire for like a year and a half.
Like,
Then he
hey,
gets out there and
y'all
like, oh wait, Super Hubbard is really good. Yeah,
watch Jalen Ward. Like his vision is crazy too, right? Like these
yeah,
past couple of games, like bro, the whole opus, there's Jalen Ward just going zoom, like right there, like he's just running through the hole like that, bro.
yeah. Najee Harris, his time is coming up.
Bro, Najee better leave. Tell you that because Jalen Ward is
But this is what made
he
me
just the
upset
better
earlier.
fit. I'm not gonna lie, Jalen Ward is just the better fit for
But this is
Pittsburgh
why
right
I
now.
got upset about that when people, we'll talk about it. When people are like, oh, they Pittsburgh offense don't look good with such and such in there. Najee Harris looked like straight ass for six
Yeah, he
games.
been terrible.
Yeah, he
My
hasn't
language.
been
He
good.
was terrible for 6 games. Then he hit a hot streak for like the first
Three
4 or 5
games.
games when Russ was in there, and everybody like, see. Najee Harris was garbage for the first 6 games. Look at his number. He was trash.
He played fine against Vegas. He actually that's when he had his first
That
touchdown
one,
against Vegas.
but
He's not a
overall, he was garbage.
He's
Like
been garbage though.
he was
yeah,
garbage.
he's not a
Like
cat.
for real. He
He's
had
okay.
one good game, and so it's like y'all gotta understand. Some offenses are predicated on what the running game does. And guess what? When Jalen Warren got in there, what happened?
Yeah, bro, they started that run game started heater.
You know what I'm saying?
Heater.
You know what I'm saying? Look at when Jaden Daniels got started running last night. What happened? Offense looked different.
Offense looked different. Like they started cooking.
You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Look what happened. I know some of y'all seen that
Because
Ravens game.
because Brian Robinson couldn't get anything going. Neither could Chris Rodriguez. So they're like, you know what? We're just gonna run Jaden. And guess what? Jaden was
But
picking up 8,
the,
10, 12 yards.
the Falcons could run the
Yeah.
ball. They just got away from it. They stopped running the ball for whatever reason in the second
Yeah,
half.
yeah. Well,
Hey man,
that's what lost them the game,
you don't
essentially.
have if you don't have a running game, especially with a rookie QB,
And then
damn,
hold on. Credit to freaking Jaden Daniels in overtime.
Yeah.
Like he made sure that the Falcons weren't getting the ball. Even if they didn't score that touchdown, he was letting that clock drain. He was like, you know what, we ain't even gotta go fast. Run the ball here, let the clock run. Throw a pass play here for about 5 yards, let the clock run. Like the clock was getting like running. And then they get all the way down there, right? And you're like, wow, there's only like 4 minutes left. Like I look up, I'm like, yo, like where'd all that time go? They're
That,
just turning clock.
that offense
And so,
reminds me of like New England. Remember when New England would just walk down the field?
yeah.
You just like, is the clock ever gonna stop? And they would
Huh?
just tickishly walk down the field. And
It was like watching that Eagles game. I forget who they played. Might have been Pittsburgh, I think. When they drained the clock the entire fourth quarter,
oh yeah, it was
that
Pittsburgh.
whole like
Pittsburgh. Yep. Pittsburgh
like-
couldn't get on the field.
they literally just and they started at their own 2 yard line. They started at their own 2 yard line and drained pretty much that entire clock the rest of the game.
Yep. The whole
They
third
just
quarter, did
they took their time. They ran the ball. They threw 4 yards, ran the ball some more, and the clock was just running. And I'm like, yo, like they ain't even getting the ball back, are they? Nope. And that's exactly what the Commanders did in overtime yesterday. They're like, whatever we do, Atlanta's not getting this ball. I'll tell you that.
that's tough. That's tough with the Eagles because I look at the Eagles team and I'll say, even though I think I'm going with the Lions, I think the Lions can beat the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
gonna be a
think
good
they
matchup though.
can run the ball the whole game, and it can be very, very hard to stop their run game.
That's gonna be a good matchup. If both teams can get to the NFC Championship game, that's gonna be a good
That's
game.
gonna be a tough
But
game.
what I
That's
need
gonna be.
is the Packers to stick with that 7 seed so they can go up against the Lions and lose. That's really
Oh,
what
that would be
Who,
nice, please.
who you said?
That would be nice, please.
Who get the 7th seed?
The Packers, Green Bay.
Oh yeah. Well, they're gonna beat us
I,
next week, so I mean, what we talking
I hope Green Bay gets Detroit. Sure do. Yes, I do.
about? Mm-hmm.
Know that. But no, I just think that it wasn't talked about enough. Like you could just see it. Like when I watch Jaden Daniels, like people hate me because I actually like Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Cry about it, right? But like when I watch Jaden Daniels, right? Like I just see it. Like you could just see it, right? He nothing phases this man ever. Like he'll be down. He could be down 10, and he's just like, all right, like. And then for whatever reason, when the Commanders need a play, when they need a touchdown, guess what? Jaden's like, I got this. He leads the league in fourth quarter touchdowns in the fourth quarter in overtime. That's a rookie record. Like that's a rookie record. Like that means
Go.
he's doing stuff even CJ Stroud wasn't doing last
He
year.
go, man. He
So
go.
apparently,
Like
Mike Vrabel can now start taking interviews for head coaching jobs right today.
who? Mike
Mike
Vrabel?
Vrabel, yeah, he can start. He got the
He
agreement
going
from
he
Cleveland.
going to Vegas. Watch, I'm telling you, he going to Vegas.
I hope Vegas do not fire old boy. What's his name?
They
I
gonna
don't want
fire
him
him,
fired.
bro.
I don't want him
Antonio
fired
Pierce.
either, man.
I don't
I
want
don't want
that.
him fired either, but I'm telling you, he about to get fired, bro.
I hope he don't.
I
get
don't feel
fired.
like that's fair, man.
I don't
No,
either.
You gave him garbage. He's had garbage for 2 years. He's had Gardner Minshew, and then
And
he
Aiden
got
O'Connell,
Aiden O'Connell this year, and they started the year off with Luke Getsy calling plays. That man ain't had a real opportunity.
bro,
and
he
guess
about to get fired, and they about to hire Mike Vrabel.
Dick broke his record. So
It's because of Tom Brady. I'm telling y'all, Tom about to have a lot more famous than people
Bro, the
would
owner
be
already said
surprised.
it. He said it.
Yeah, Tom
Tom
Brady
said
about to
it.
have his fingerprints all over this. I'm telling you what. Pierce about to get fired. Vrabel about to get hired. And
I mean, I hope they
for
do Pierce, man. I hope they do.
heck, for all we know, they could trade for JJ McCarthy. Like
Wow, that would be wild.
all we
that
know,
would be crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, that would be crazy.
all
But
we know,
Huh?
so I said, for all we know, Bears fans expecting Ben Johnson, and we go out here hire Joe Brady.
bro, watch us hire Brian Flores. We about to hire Brian Flores.
You know what? I
Watch.
wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that actually. I don't even hate Brian Flores.
I tell you one thing. The damn team gonna play hard.
Oh
Yeah, they are. And he gonna have that defense humming, bro. That defense about to be.
Now is he gonna have the patience with Caleb? That's gonna be the issue.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one factor, right? Because people, bring up his thing with Tua, but I feel like there's more to that than what's being let out. Number one, I think
Well, I
there's
mean, he
two sides to
apologized.
every story.
But
I get all that, but I also feel like it's a little overblown.
no. I mean, he as a man, I respect him because
Like
he said,
I respect it, and I'm not saying he didn't do anything wrong, but I also feel like he's getting a lot more blame than he should.
I mean,
Personally,
that's what happened. You know that.
like
happened.
I think there's more to that situation than any of us know.
But
Yeah.
we know that. At least it's the same
So-
thing. It's like so we can take. I'm gonna give you 2 examples, right? So you got Caleb. Guys aren't he missing throws, whatever. We're not winning. All Bears fans that are, oh, he's just a rookie, blah blah blah. The same guy we had last year making same throws to lesser talents, and they dropping the ball and missing, running the wrong route. Oh, he sucks. Wait, hold on, dog. That don't even make no sense. You see the man hands is like stone, but yet it's his fault. It's like our fan base is so special, man. Like I don't even understand this
Our
whole
fan base isn't that
Caleb
bright. Number one.
Caleb versus Jaden stuff and all this other. I'm like, what are
This see,
y'all
and this is
talking
my
about? Like,
problem. This is my problem with Bears fans, right? Now
Why
they
can't
want to
both be
bash
good?
They want to bash Jaden Daniels. I'm like, why can't it be that both are good? Why is it got to be one's good?
they both
Why
good.
can't both be good? Like, why is that a problem?
They both good. Like, I
Like,
mean, they're
they're
both
both
good.
good players. Like, what? Why can't it be that way? Why is it got to be Caleb's better than Jaden? Like, I don't understand. Like, Steve-O's crazy, but like, I don't understand. Like, why does it have to be that Caleb has to be head and shoulders above Jaden? Why can't both just be ballers?
All right, here's my thing. Why do I have to why do I have to be like, oh, Caleb's the greatest thing ever? I like the Bears. I like a lot more people
Right,
on the Bears team than I like Caleb. And they ain't,
right. It's not all about the one player, bro. Like,
I'm sorry, Caleb is low on the total pole for me. Like, he is not my favorite player
Caleb,
by
Caleb
far.
wears Caleb wear is part of the Chicago Bears, right? So
Yeah.
obviously I want him to do well, right? Of course. Like, I'd be stupid not to. But I'm not gonna sit here and drool at the mouth over his numbers and accomplishments. Why? Because at the end of the day, we're still a 4-12 football team, right?
Yeah. It
Like,
was
there's
funny.
still a 4-12 football team. Like, there's a lot that's wrong with this football team right now,
Yeah, it ain't all.
right?
It's not all on
And
Caleb. So
and it's not all on Caleb. Some of it is,
yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Some of it isn't. That's also true. Both things are true, right? There's a lot that's wrong with this football team, right? And like I said, with this loss to the Seattle, it's on everybody at the end of the day. At the end of the day, everybody plays a part in this. Everyone plays a part as to why the Bears are 4-12 on the season, right? Some more than others, sure. Not going to deny that. But at the same time, I saw this chart the other day, and I know, like, people don't want to hear this, but out of what? Caleb got 68 sacks he's taken, 69?
Some ridiculous.
Somebody,
He was accounted for 46% of them.
Yeah.
That's
I
almost
thought it was
half.
what?
You said
I
what?
thought that was. I thought it was 60 some accounted for the offensive line. I don't know what that stat
No,
is.
no,
I don't know.
no. It was the total amount of sacks he's taken, and then the dark colored part was the percentage that is on Caleb Williams.
I mean, if you watched the game the other night, I saw the montage. He was accountable for them sacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
More of them
he's
were on
he's
him.
based off that chart. Now, I don't know what they grade, like things like that, right? So obviously, right, I would need more context. But based off that chart, he's accounted for 46% of the sacks. That's almost half.
Yeah.
That's almost half.
I just feel
Like,
like
that's not good, right?
it's easy to have an argument when you just stick to one thing, right? Instead of using
Right.
whole context, right? It's like saying, like, okay, you mentioned Brock Bowers, right? Yeah, Brock Bowers got a rookie receiving record tight end, but he's the only guy they got.
Exactly.
Jacoby Myers can't
Exactly.
get open.
No.
That man can't catch a cold, and he can't
Exactly.
get no
Right?
separation, all that.
Same
So
with
again,
same with Malik Neighbors with the Giants,
it's
right?
not me hating on Brock Bowers. I'm just telling you what it is. He is the only weapon they have.
Exactly.
The only weapon.
Yeah.
And that's like Malik Neighbors, right? You look at the Giants, right? Who else they got besides Malik Neighbors? Like, they ain't
I
got
hate-
nobody besides Malik Neighbors. The
Yeah,
other
the other
I
guys
hate
are.
to do it. Oh, my bad, Elise.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I hate to do it, but I read something and heard that Malik Neighbors wasn't even Ryan Poe's. He was his third receiver. I like Rome.
I sent that. Was that you that sent that? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I was like, that
I
don't
was
even
like,
make sense.
Yeah.
So they would have had Rome been taken at 8, right? Like, let's say the Atlanta Falcons had taken Rome Odunze. He would have taken Olu Fashanu at 9. If Malik Neighbors was there. Like, so if Malik Neighbors was there and Olu Fashanu was there at 9 and Rome was taken at 8 by Atlanta, he would have taken Olu Fashanu.
Yeah, I don't mind the tackle being taken there, but it's just like, what are we watching? Like, I don't get that. Like,
I wouldn't have minded either, but I also would have been scratching my head because if you were willing to take Rome at 9, a wide receiver, you mean to tell me that was the only receiver you were looking at? So that
That's
means you
what
should
I'm
have just
saying.
taken Olu Fashanu. You should have just
That's
taken
what
Olu
I'm
Bowers,
Fashanu
saying
then.
right there.
were you looking
That's
at
what
Brock Bowers?
bro. That's what I'm saying. This dude is making all these emotional decisions. Come on,
Like
bro.
you should have just like that to me, that actually kind of made me mad when I saw that. I'm like, so you should have just taken Olu Fashanu anyway.
You, bro.
Or if
He could
Fuaga?
have
Or
traded.
Like, what
He
the
could
or
have
hell?
traded.
Fuaga, but I think then he went
Fuaga
after
got
that.
that guy.
He went after that.
He could have
Yeah.
got. He could have got somebody else. He could have got Lad McConkey. He could have got what's his name?
He could have got Talise Fuaga.
Bro. Oh my god. Man. He could have got
Like
all kind of people, man. What's he
like
doing?
that's what makes me mad about this is like you literally reached for something you really necessarily didn't need because
You
it
didn't
sounds like
need him.
you weren't gonna
You
take a
didn't need
wide
him.
receiver if it wasn't wrong. So if
If
you
it was
weren't
me,
going to do that, you should have just taken Olu
Well, he
Fashanu
didn't
then.
need
if it
Rome
was
though.
me, I would have traded back multiple
Oh my
times with the ninth
god.
pick, and I would have grabbed that center that's playing right now with the Buccaneers. That's what I would have did.
Barton
That
wins 16.
I would have gotten him. The
Oh
heck?
my god. Like this is what I'm saying. It's like I just feel like oh, don't get me started, bro.
Yeah, watch him
And
come
they
this year.
really the crazy thing is they about to bring Ryan Poles back and he about to pick our next head coach. Like this is what like bro, I'm about to
But
But
this
that,
is
I
what
mean,
I'm.
it makes sense. Oh, go ahead, Zach. Go ahead. I'm gonna say.
But that's what I'm saying though.
yeah.
I got people telling me, and this is what I've been thinking. Why would Ben Johnson want to come here and
He's
want to be put in arranged marriage with with Ryan Pose? I don't care how the league view Ryan Pose. The facts are the facts. This man chose to draft a receiver over the trenches. Why would he want to come to Chicago when he just said he wanted to be stable with the organization? Now, if Jacksonville go ahead and fire their coach and fire their
and
GM,
GM, they firing both.
why wouldn't he not take the Jacksonville
Trent
job? He
Baalke
could just
about to
take
be
it over.
gone.
And
Right,
he
he
could
could take
take it over
and
weapons.
he could take the assistant GM for the Lions with him, Agnew. He could take Agnew with him.
Oh, let me
Bears
tell y'all
fans
something
aren't
right
thinking,
now.
bro.
Like
Jaguars got they
like
got
Agnew plus Ben Johnson as head coach. Maybe
tell y'all
take
something right
Antoine Randall with you as OC.
I don't like Trevor Lawrence, but I'm telling you this right now.
Like yo,
Jacksonville fires a coach, that's gonna become the hot job. I'm telling you this.
yeah,
Right
it is.
now.
Yeah, it is.
Lying. They just said it. It makes sense football wise.
Yep.
It does. Jacksonville
And it's in Florida. And it's Florida.
And guess what? They got two guys that are really good. I don't like Trevor Lawrence, but he's good. He get the right coach.
Yep.
And guess who else they got? Trevor Etienne. When he's
Trevor, but Brian Thomas looks like he's gonna be a stud too.
Brian Thomas Jr.
They have-
and then they got who the other receiver they got?
They got who else?
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk.
They got a stable enough offensive line to where
Yep.
you don't have to go crazy pulling strings out of your head to go out and get dudes.
They probably need like a guard. I think they need a guard.
They need a guard and a center because their center's old. But a guard and a center, they pretty much set. They already got their left tackle and right tackle. Brandon Sheriff's pretty good at right guard, so really they need a left guard and a center. If they can get left guard and center hooked up,
I mean, to be
they're
honest,
pretty good.
the dude from the Falcons, the center, is about to hit free agency. Makes absolutely the most
Who are
sense
you talking about?
to get him. If he hit free agency, the Falcons center, he could potentially.
He's not a free agent.
That center.
Drew Dahlman?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Is he? Oh, wow.
I don't know about that.
Free agent. If
He
I'm
just
wrong,
got drafted like 2022 or something. I have to look at that. I don't think that's right. I was just looking at him last night. I don't think that's right. Let me see. I don't think that's right at all.
Look, man, I'm not putting on Ben Johnson to hinge his
20.
bet for Ryan.
So
Poles.
yeah, he's about to be a free agent then, I guess.
Not
Yeah,
doing it.
2021.
But I mean, if they're gonna extend Ryan Poles, it makes sense. Dan was talking about it in his space the other day. It makes sense if they're gonna keep Ryan Poles to extend him. He'll probably get what Caleb got 4 years left.
Yeah, 4 years left.
plus the 5th-year option, so they'll probably give him a 3 or 4 year extension to line him
Yeah.
up with Caleb.
To line him
Makes
up with
sense.
Caleb.
Because
Yeah.
again, if they would have kept him, then if he doesn't work out next year,
I
you got to
mean, you
fire him.
might as well, right? You might as well keep him until Caleb's here, right? And until you have to make a decision on Caleb, right? So yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, and
But I,
guess what? This would be his year to go out here and grab some offensive alignments when he should have been doing prior
Bro,
to.
my thing is, and that's
Yeah.
a one thing I have on post is I don't even think he can really do that, right? Like, and I mean like evaluate like offensive alignment or evaluate time. I don't think he can do it
At
personally.
let's
least
figure
He
it out.
hasn't he
yeah,
hasn't
but
proven. Let me rephrase that. He hasn't proven that he can do that.
Hmm.
He hasn't proven that he can go out there and be like, oh, this guy is going to be a future All Pro, right? What draft pick has he had that has been an All Pro player?
Nobody. Nobody.
I think what him is, I think his mindset is if
Now,
I can take some cheap guys and make him and get the proper coaching to make him look good, I done did my job. That's
now
his
I
mindset.
like the Darnell Wright pick. I think Darnell Wright is going to be a very solid right tackle.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I just don't know if he really has that eye for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to prove me wrong, right? Because all I want is for the Bears to be good, right? At the end of the day. But like I have my reservations because until he proves otherwise, I can only go off what I know, correct?
Well, I think this is probably so. To me, it's telling saying that Kevin Warren still believes in him,
Yeah.
but he's also going to mentor him in the way he needs to be mentored, right? So it
Yeah.
just seems like to me, Ryan Poles, all his draft decisions come off emotion, all of them.
But yeah.
If you look at it down the line, every last one of them guys was probably emotional picks. If we being for real, right? Bayless Jones, he held on to him forever. He had the guy, I forget his name, man, the defensive tackle. He picked him.
Travis Bell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all that. All these guys, he got wrong. We all saw it. He wanted to trade up to what, number 7? Willing to risk it all for wrong. Like, he makes a lot of emotional decisions. And you can't win if everything is emotional. There's nothing wrong with, okay, being emotional about one or two guys. But your whole draft pick, all of them, are your emotional picks? Nah, bro. You got to reel that in. So I think Kevin Warren is going to mentor. They're going to be sitting down a lot this offseason, talking, having a lot of time one-on-one. He's going to be trying to guide him in the way how to be a better GM by way of, hey, you got to start letting your emotions run this. Because that's exactly what he did. He did. He let his emotions run from the decision to move on from Justin, which he made that well before the season last year, and all this other stuff. It's all been emotional based. So you got, and look, what are the results? You've had a 10-game losing streak and a 14-game losing streak?
13.
13? Under
14?
your leadership?
Was it 14?
14, I think. Under your guidance?
It's the 2 longest active streaks of Bears history.
Under your guidance. Because you made emotional decisions. Yes, the first one, yeah, you kind of like, it was kind of jacked up because you didn't have the money and all that. So I'm not going to hold too much on it, but also you hired the guy that held us to the 14-game losing.
Exactly.
So you gotta get a couple of licks off that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he got to do better. You got to be better, bro. You got to stop letting your emotions talk for you.
Like,
because at the end of the day, like me and you was talking with Justin, you selected Caleb off your emotions. You didn't bring nobody else in.
Right.
Nobody.
You didn't bring in Jaden. You didn't bring in Drake, man. You didn't bring in Bonnet. You didn't bring in Michael Pittman.
You didn't even bring
like at least do exactly.
Dog.
Like at least do due diligence, right? I'm not saying you gotta take the guy, but at least do your due diligence, right? It ended up getting the Falcons exactly who they wanted, right? The Falcons were just looking around, right? They weren't really serious until they talked to Michael Penix and were like, "Oh yeah, we really like this guy."
Really like Penix, yeah.
Like they were just looking. They weren't really considering it until they did their due diligence and realized they ended up really liking Michael Penix. Sometimes you have to do that because then you end up, you have the right guy when you do that, right? You have the right guy. You know that's the guy, you wanted all along.
Yep.
Look at Washington, right? Washington, yeah, they tried to trade up, right? Absolutely for Caleb, right? But once they realized they weren't having a chance at Caleb, they bring in Jane Daniels, they bring in Drake May, they bring in Bo Nix, Michael Penix, right? They bring in all the rest of these quarterbacks. The one they fell in love with, Jaden Daniels. And you know what? That's when they talked to Jaden Daniels and realized that's the guy they wanted, they shut down any trade talks for the number 2 overall pick because they knew exactly that's who they wanted. They knew exactly, like, yep, this is who we're taking. This is the guy we want. This is the guy we fell in love with. We're not trading it, right? Like the Texans fooled everyone last year. Remember, everyone was talking about, oh, it's going to be Will Levis. It's going to be this guy. It's going to be that guy. All along, they knew they were taking C.J. Stroud.
Yep.
With the
All along.
Texas, and I'm pretty sure the Texans brought all the other quarterbacks in,
And
right?
they did.
Yeah.
They did.
Well,
But
They brought Bryson.
they even brought Bryson, but they made it seem like, oh, it's going to be Will Levis, right? They didn't let it out at all that C.J. Stroud was in consideration for them. They didn't even let that out. It was Will Levis and somebody else I think they were talking about, but it wasn't C.J. Stroud. And guess
and
what?
we didn't bring in J.J. McCarthy, right?
Nobody.
Nope, we didn't bring in nobody but Caleb.
And see, this is my thing, right? If you bring in everybody, you show to your fans, the organization, the people that hired you, and the players that, hey, even though I may really like this guy, y'all all know this, I'm still willing to look at other options.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't do that, and then when he comes in, you name him starter a week later, you ain't even okay. You ain't so. First of all, you told me you don't give a damn. You don't care. You just gonna do what you want to do. This is all things that you want, but you're not looking at the whole entire spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing is, I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because I remember sitting through training camp and OTAs, Jalen Johnson out here have to work to get back his number 1 spot, right? He had to work. They demoted him to what, second string at some point, right? At one point in camp, right?
Everybody else out there battling.
And everyone else had to earn their spot back. Caleb Williams is given his spot. And I'm like, why do you think his offensive line don't respect him? Why do you think his team, like, bro, you're setting this kid up for, like, to get hated on. Right? You're setting this kid up to get hated on. And it's not even his fault, right? It's not even his fault.
It's not,
but you're putting this kid in a terrible position because you want to baby him. You want to put him on a pedestal compared to everybody else.
Like, you got to allow him. They should have allowed him to find himself as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Allow the players to galvanize themselves around him, which is, I don't see that. I don't see nobody galvanizing themselves around him. It's all a bunch of me going on.
And then people want to get.
This ain't nothing new because they didn't even want to help Justin up when Justin got sacked that many times. It's the same stuff. This is what this offensive line do.
Well, I think it was.
I disagree on that part.
I think for Justin, some of the players knew what was happening, but it's like they can't say what's happening because they still employed by the Bears and they still want their money, right? So they can't say nothing. Some of them knew. Again, remember, Jalen Johnson basically told us what it was, and then he retracted it after he got his money. Everybody seems to forget that. Remember, he said what he said. San Francisco came calling, and somebody else came calling. Then he was like, then Ryan Poles was like, hey, bro, I got this money for you. Then he retracted what he basically said.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody forgets that, right? I didn't forget that. Because why? Because Roquan said some of the same stuff, and Monty said some of the same stuff. So the
even Michael Bannon came out and said something, bro.
So it's there, but people.
Khalil Mack, bro, low key, Khalil Mack last year was crazy, bro. Like,
he said some stuff too, but
yeah, he did.
But
people
nobody
ignore
really
that part though.
Right, but then it's like you think. So it's like, okay, we can get this all world kid. He's just gonna change it. No, he's not. No, he's not. Nobody is able. There's certain things you cannot just overcome.
And I think that put Caleb in a terrible spot, right? Because now you put all these expectations on him that you knew he wasn't gonna meet, right? You put him on him that you knew he wasn't gonna meet. And now when people judge him, it's a problem. That's why like fans be getting so worked up. But I'm like, the problem is this was done by the media and this was done by Ryan Poles and everything else, right? You
Absolutely.
put this kid in a bad spot when you didn't have to.
Like being honest, because I know you love football. I know how you. Did Caleb need time to develop?
Yeah. I mean, I think a good running game will help him out tremendously. And I
Mhm.
don't think we didn't have a running game the whole season. We
Now,
haven't had a run game.
now, mind you, Zay in the offseason said that Jaden Daniels was most NFL ready, but he wanted Caleb though. He never wavered from that. I give him props on that. He never wavered. He said he wanted Caleb, but he also said, as a person that understands the game of football, he understood that Caleb wasn't the most NFL ready. He needed time to develop, but y'all fans fell for the okie doke because Ryan Poles kept y'all letting y'all talk yourselves into something that wasn't there. He needed time to develop, and then the first couple of games this season, what we saw, trash. Why? Because they wanted to throw the ball. Because they wanted to prove that he was the guy. Why you got to prove he's the guy? We don't need you to do that. You already selected. What do you need to prove?
Right,
Win
exactly.
the
Like,
game,
what do
nigga.
you like? And then that's the problem, right? And so then when Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix and these other guys started performing well, it became a problem. And I'm like, why is that a problem? Like, at the end of the day, Washington and Denver did what the Chicago Bears should have done. Rely on the running game. Lean on that running game. Lean on your defense. Lean on that receiver you know you can throw the ball to and they're gonna make a play, right? We didn't do that. For whatever reason, we didn't do that, right? We tried to showcase Caleb Williams. We tried to, look at this throw, look at it, off platform, blah, blah, blah. Instead of playing together as a team, right? Like you look at Denver, right? The Broncos, right? What do they they run the ball a lot, right? I watched that Bengals Broncos game. They run the ball with three different running backs.
Yep.
They barely throw the ball. And when they do throw the ball, it's because their run game picks up like 6, 7, 8 yards a pop.
Yeah.
And so
That's
they're
like
able to get an explosive play downfield, and it's usually to Marvin Mims, not Jerry Judy, Cortland Sutton, or Vele, right?
Yep. We got rid of our fullback. We got
Right?
a playing fullback.
if you
Like
think about it, right? If you watch Denver, Denver has played the same exact way all season.
all season. They
They
haven't
have not
changed. They haven't
have
moved
not
off of
changed
that.
nothing.
Mhm.
But the thing, what it allowed, allowed Bo Nix to get comfortable calling
Yep.
plays, running the offense, and learning the system. Once he felt comfortable, they started unleashing him. And what
They started
happened?
opening the playbook up more and more, right? Like, because
Denver
those
is in
first few
Denver
weeks,
is in the
he looked
playoff.
like a rookie, right? Those first few weeks, he looked like a rookie.
He
Then,
did.
as midway through the season, it started clicking, and you're like, oh, okay, Bo Nix got this. Yeah,
And
okay,
you,
he's
you look at
looking
somebody
better.
like, did y'all see like Bears fans mad because Dan Orlovsky was talking about Drake May he played a good game even though they got blown out. He did.
He did.
He did what he was supposed to do. They have no talent over there in New England.
Yep.
So you can't say they don't give Caleb the same love. No. Drake May has nobody to throw the ball to.
Right.
Stevenson don't get the ball enough. They don't run the ball with Stevenson and what's the
And
other
he
guy?
has a fumbling problem.
He does have fumble
They
problems.
got Stevenson and they got Gibson.
Gibson,
They don't use
Antonio
them
Gibson.
enough. They don't use
And then
them enough.
who's his number one receiver?
Yeah.
That's a
name
wide
is
receiver, not a tight end. Wide receiver.
Name is receiver. You probably can't. Don't
Like
worry
the
about it.
best,
I
the
can't.
best Kendrick Bourne probably. The best receiver he has, wide receiver or tight end, is Hunter Henry, and he's older, right? Like they've got that. Like, and you want to talk about a bad offensive line? The freaking New England Patriots.
They are terrible.
On that graphic, it showed that Drake May's only responsible for 10% of the sacks. That
I
means all
hope
the sacks they've given up is mostly on freaking New England because they have no talent over there.
I hope they take Travis Hunter.
They
I think
need
they will.
they need a lot, and
I
and
hope
that's why, bro. New
It
England,
makes sense.
shoot, with that number one pick I traded, shoot, If the Giants come calling me or the freaking Raiders, yeah, you can have it. Give me pick 5, 40, something, whatever, right? I'll do it with you because
I
they
mean, it
need
makes
all the
sense.
picks they can get, right?
It makes
New
sense if you
England
go New
needs
England.
a lot of help. They need a lot of help. They
They
need
got
a
Chris,
left
they got
tackle. They need a wide receiver. They need a corner to pair with Christian Gonzalez. Like they need a
right.
lot.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
Travis would be perfect for them because he can
yep,
do both of them.
he could do
Like, you know what I'm
both.
saying?
Yep,
So
Travis would be good for them because he could do both. He could play corner
who's
and
number two?
receiver.
Who got the number 2 pick right now? Is it
Tennessee,
Tennessee? Who y'all think they gonna pick?
Tennessee.
probably a quarterback.
Well, let's
Cam
go.
Ward.
Let's go
Cam
through
Ward.
this.
Cam Ward.
Let's go through this. I think Cam Ward is going to the Giants. I think Tennessee is
Well,
going to
they fell though.
between yours.
You think Tennessee gonna go for yours?
Yep.
So he gonna leapfrog. He'll be the first quarterback taken.
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be the first quarterback taken. I don't know how this draft stuff, how this order look right now, but I think New England.
Tennessee second. Tennessee number
Oh,
2.
damn.
Yeah, Tennessee's number 2. They take Cam Ward.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
there's no way they're gonna take.
Yeah. Well, the Giants missed out again.
Yeah, they did. They won
That's 'cause they
yesterday.
won.
I was
They won.
dying laughing, bro.
They won.
No, because the Raiders are going to trade up with New England, and
Yeah.
that sucks because the how it's shaping up now. The Raiders that New England would have the 8th pick, and I can't stand if they go and take that tackle from Texas. But the good part is, I do like the tackle from Minnesota. I like him a lot.
Oh, Ariante, I forget his last name.
Yeah, I like him.
Irsay or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
like
decent.
So you think New England would trade? I'm sorry, not New England. You think Vegas would trade up with New England so they can get Shador?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's like it's like so obvious. Like
Right.
I can see that. That's what I said. I can totally see that. And New England gets like pick whatever the Raiders have, and then their second round pick, maybe even a pick next year. Like
I don't think
I can see it.
I don't think if Tennessee stays at 2, I don't see them taking Travis Hunter.
I hope they.
If they stay at 2, I see them taking Cam Ward.
Yeah,
I hope they take the Cleveland Browns.
The Browns. Did y'all see they restructured Deshaun Watson's contract? Y'all saw that, right?
They ain't getting the quarterback.
Yeah,
That means
what they gonna do.
That means he's going to be on the roster next year. Guaranteed on the roster next year.
He's on the roster next year. He'll be on there. They still got.
But they said they're gonna bring in competition for him. What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
Who are you bringing in? I'm curious to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better than Deshaun Watson right now.
Hey,
And it ain't gonna be a rookie.
Go get
Took
it.
the words right out my mouth.
It's not gonna be a rookie.
Like, you can say what you want to say about Deshaun. Who gonna go in there and beat him out?
Go get Carson.
be for real. Who's gonna beat him out?
Yeah, right. Nobody.
Maybe.
Do something stupid. I just know it.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Like, who is beating out Deshaun Watson?
Like for real,
that you could pick up.
This is why I love having these conversations with y'all, because it's like, other people like, he sucks. Bro, if we been for real football, like X's and O's, nobody's gonna beat him out. Like
right, who's beating him out?
We know
maybe Sam. But Sam, I think, stays in Minnesota.
Damn big money.
What do they do with that pick? Are they taking offensive linemen?
Who?
They should. The Browns.
Yeah, they probably take Calvin Banks or Will Campbell.
What's the order right now? Let me see.
God, man, that's what I'm saying. It's all bad.
They probably take Calvin or Will Campbell. I can see Jacksonville. Jacksonville picks 5. I can see them taking Mason Graham.
But let's say if Mason Graham is there for the Browns, you think the Browns gonna pass him up?
Unless they trade Myles Garrett, yes.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get him because they still got didn't they lose somebody to season injury? Somebody on their defensive line?
No, they traded old boy to the Lions.
Zadarius Smith.
Zadarius Smith, yeah.
Now, if they trade Myles Garrett, then yeah, I can see them taking Mason Graham. But they need a left tackle. They're about to lose their left tackle in free agency.
Please sign him back, please, another year.
Here's the top 10 right now as we stand: Patriots, Titans, Browns, Giants, Jags, Panthers, Jets, Raiders, Bears, Saints.
Damn, we number what? 8, 9? We 9 or 8?
9.
Bro, we 4-12 and sitting at number 9. What's that tell you, bro?
It's
9
looking like,
teams ahead of us. 8 teams.
but that's what
8
I'm
teams
saying.
are ahead of us.
That's what I'm saying. If Mason
This is
Graham
pathetic.
that Minnesota tackle, what are we gonna do?
Oh my god, bro! Banks and Campbell might be gone before they get to us.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact. I mean, I hope he's there. But Mason Graham probably good as gone too.
He'll be top 5. I think he goes to Jacksonville. I'm telling
I
you.
think
I
Jacksonville.
think he falls no lower than Jacksonville.
I
Put it
think
that way. No
Jacksonville take
lower than
Who you said,
Will
Mason Graham?
Johnson. I
Yeah,
think they're gonna take Will Johnson.
he's
Well,
a
let's
top
see.
5 pick. Mason Graham's a top 5 pick. He's not falling lower than Jacksonville. Promise you, he's not.
The farthest he gonna fall is probably the Jets, but I think
5. No, he. I don't see him dropping low. He's a top 5
7?
pick.
No, he's not dropping.
No, he's a top 5 pick. He's not dropping lower than 5. I
He's
promise
not
you,
gonna.
he's not.
He ain't gonna make it past the Panthers at 6. He's not.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If he drops past number
But
5, the Panthers take him. I
see,
promise you, he's not.
the thing is, they could go with old boy from Penn State,
Who?
Abdul Carter.
The Panthers?
Yeah,
But okay, the Browns.
But hold
take
on.
Abdul
Hold
Carter.
on. That's the thing, though. That's if Mason Graham is gone. If Mason Graham is not gone when the Panthers pick, I promise you they take Mason Graham.
yeah, we
Now
gonna
think
get.
about this. Okay, so we said that, let's just say it stays where it is. The Patriots gonna pick Travis Hunter.
Yep.
You know this. It's obvious.
Yeah,
Yep.
The Titans, I don't know. Probably
They
Cam.
take a quarterback.
probably
They take Cam Ward. Cam
Right.
Ward.
The Browns.
Kelvin Banks.
I don't think they're gonna take
Or
him.
Mason Graham.
They do need.
I think they're gonna take Mason
They
Graham.
take a tackle or a DT.
I think they're
they
gonna take
take-
Mason Graham.
Then Mason Graham. Okay, that's number 3.
Okay, we'll say Mason Graham, right? Okay. Or
Uh-huh.
Giants. The Giants
Shador.
should do it.
No, I don't think the Giants gonna get him.
Yeah, they
Nah, they need a quarterback.
You
Should've.
better. Yeah, I think the Browns is gonna trade back. They're gonna trade back with
Well, I'm just doing if they stay.
We're just saying if they stay.
No
If they
trades
stay.
left.
Right, no
Shador
trades.
probably- so we'll say Shador goes to the Giants, the Jags. We said if
Will,
Mason
The
Graham
Jags?
is there.
Will Campbell.
Will Campbell. Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
No. That
No.
Jags. Will Johnson. My bad. Will Johnson.
Will Johnson.
I think he's gonna be a top 10 pick.
But you think he'll go before Campbell?
Campbell, Will Johnson.
Because they need a left guard, and you could put Will Campbell there next
It
to
said they
Walker
need-
Little.
They take a
Right
guard.
here, they said it needs cornerback, tackles.
Hey, the Colts did it with Quentin Nelson.
I think that boy gonna fall.
Who?
Okay, so
Will
who you said?
Campbell.
Who you said 5? You said 5. You said who?
Will he said Will Johnson.
I think they're gonna take Will Johnson. That's what I think.
Panthers. Who the Panthers gonna get? Y'all think?
Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Jets.
The Jets. Ooh. Will Campbell.
I would have went the cornerback there, but
I was
Will
about to say,
Campbell.
you think they're gonna go a quarterback? Because I think
guess.
they're done with
no,
Rodgers.
yeah,
Who? No,
who's-
that
Who's the
I
third
can't
quarterback
see.
then?
I don't know.
Not till the second round. Probably Milrow or something. Carson Beck, but not till the. There's only 2 quarterbacks I
Avery?
have going first round. Yeah, maybe set day 2, day 3.
Okay. So the
That's what I'm
Jets,
saying. I only have two
not a
first round
quarterback,
quarterbacks.
So who would they go then? A tackle? You think they'll go Kelvin Banks?
They just got a tackle last year though. Like I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, they don't need a tackle. I'd probably go. I'd go the linebacker from Texas A&M, Nick Scroton, or
They got-
Score Time.
Yeah,
I'd go Nick Score Time. They need a linebacker desperately. That dude from Texas A&M.
Well, no, at least he's an edge rusher.
Tyron
Oh,
Smith and
edge
Morgan
rusher. That's
Moses.
what I meant.
Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses are free agents for the Jets. So
They are.
But
They got Olu Fashanu, but they also need. I would take Calvin Basin, but I think they take that linebacker from from Texas A&M.
So
I
the
can
Raiders.
totally see that.
Who we going with the Raiders? Who the Raiders gonna get? Because
Raiders. Ooh,
quarterbacks are gone.
Ooh,
The two of them-
Tetero McMillan
yeah, McMillan.
from Arizona.
Mhm.
Tetero McMillan.
They do. Yeah. They do need a receiver. The Bears. So now it's the Bears. Who we got?
Banks. If
Banks.
Right? Because Banks would be the only one left, right?
Banks.
Campbell. So we already said Will Campbell. Did we say Campbell
No.
going already? Oh.
Yeah.
But y'all take Banks over Campbell.
If
Okay.
Banks
Yes.
is not there, then it's gonna be
He's more of the pure tackle than Campbell is.
And then the Saints. Who we? Y'all think the Saints gonna go ahead and take
They
Campbell?
are so cooked,
Yes,
man.
Campbell, because they need a guard desperately.
I think the Saints
You
gonna end
put him next to Talise Fuaga. I actually like that.
up.
Him next to like Talise Fuaga and Will Campbell at left guard. I like that. That's actually kind of nice.
I got a sneaky one. I think the Saints is gonna draft that receiver out of Missouri. That is his name.
Luther
Good.
Burden. Luther
Luther
Burden
Burden.
the third.
I think they'll do it.
They do
He's
need a
good.
receiver. They do need a receiver.
Golly. They do. They do need a receiver.
A sneaky
Or
name for the Colts.
McMillan.
I'm telling y'all, a sneaky name for the Colts, Costa Loveland or Tyler Warren.
Yep.
I see them taking a tight end.
Who do y'all think is the best tight end right now?
Tyler Warren.
That dude is so good. Oh my god.
Tyler Warren. But I also wouldn't hate Costa Loveland for them either. I think Costa Loveland's a better fit for Indy than Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren kind of reminds me of Taysom Hill. I feel like you could do more with Tyler Warren, right?
I think
Like I feel like they're
think
1A
like
and 1B, but I feel like with Tyler Warren, you can kind of put him like Taysom Hill, right? Like you could put him at quarterback, you could put him at running back, tight end, receiver. Like Tyler Warren he's literally like Taysom Hill to me. Like
I know he is. I just
so if I'm the Colts, I would take that though. Real talk, Tyler Warren.
Motherfucker Bauer.
Colston Loveland if he wasn't top 20 right now, I would say stay because then he's gonna really be top 10 next year.
Right. But he's top 20. He's going top 20.
Ain't no sense for him to stay.
Right.
I think that boy
just don't let the Chiefs. If the Chiefs get him, it's over. For
You
me.
have to worry
if
about
the Chiefs get freaking Colston Loveland, I quit football forever.
They got Noah Gray. Noah Gray been real good. So
yeah, but Travis Kelce at the end of his career. Let's be for real.
He done. Travis got about 2 more years. And
that's Travis,
he might have one more. He really about ready to go, man.
But it's
he
really,
about ready to go.
They gonna get somebody because they got it's a tight end from Bowling University. Some guy, I guess he's real good at running routes. So they gonna get one of those guys. And
that's what I'm saying, bro. I hope it's not Colston Loveland, bro.
It's another thing really good though that people sleep.
But I can see the Colts taking like Tyler Warren or something and like using him as like Taysom Hill, because they don't have a tight end at all. They don't have like a good enough tight end. I could see that him or Loveland.
The Bears better not draft Ashton Genty at 9.
Bears draft Ashton Genty to make Julius mad. Draft Ashton Genty to make Julius mad. I want to see it. Draft Ashton Genty.
I will not follow him.
He said, no, dog. You don't want Ashton Genty, Julius?
Give me Omari and Hampton. That's Omari and
who?
Who I like. Hampton.
Omari and Hampton. The dude from the running back from UNC.
A David Montgomery clone.
We don't need a skill player right now to draft one.
Yeah, we need the trenches. The whole draft should be the trenches.
We need skill in the third round.
Defense and offensive trenches. That's what we need the entire draft. I better see freaking Jake Majors better be drafted. He needs to be in a Bears uniform.
He will be another one.
Jake Majors or Bryce Foster better be in a Bears uniform. That's all I can say.
Let me tell you something.
Jake Majors, Bryce Foster, or I even like Mike Kadich from IU. What?
Gray Zabel.
Oh yeah, from North Dakota State. I like him. Do like him. I think he's solid. I do like him. I like the receiver from it's one of these smaller schools. They're in the playoffs. I think South Dakota State.
I tell you who I like. I like the receiver from Tulane. I forgot his name.
I know who you're talking about. The junior. I know who you're talking about. Oh, I forget his name. I know who he's talking about though. I like him too. Yeah, I like him. I also like the dude from I actually like Elijah Surratt from IU as well. I think he's a junior. I like him a lot. He came from James Madison, but I like him a lot.
I'm gonna tell you what, if Tremaine Evans don't get it together, I got somebody to replace him right now out of the draft.
Hey, y'all, I'm not even. I'd look at Curtis Rohrig as like developmental quarterback for Caleb, like behind Caleb.
We need somebody.
Like he's like 25. Like,
Why not just
We
get
need-
but he
Carson?
has a ton of experience. What?
Get Carson back.
I
No.
wouldn't hate Carson. No, to be honest, I wouldn't even hate Carson Beck either. Like as
Yeah.
someone, but that could be a backup for years behind Caleb. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Tyson. I think he's fine, right? But I'd rather
Somebody,
if I could get someone with a better arm, right? A better arm. Then
somebody's gonna give him money, man. Somebody, one of these teams. Is
yeah,
gonna
and that's what I'm saying. A team's gonna probably take Tyson on anyway.
Yeah.
So if I could get one of these developmental flyer quarterbacks in the draft, why not? Right?
We also need to spend money, a good amount of money on a good offensive line coach. That's what we need to do. That's
We're
what
gonna talk about that next week because
Oh, yeah.
after
Chris
this
Morgan
game-
better be fired.
after
I
this
need
game,
Chris Morgan gone.
after this game against Green Bay. Yeah. It's
Oh,
Black
we
Monday,
play Green Bay this week.
You're gonna get our
We
head.
actually have a game this week.
Yeah.
You're gonna get our head smacked off.
Man, do I even tune in? The question is, should I even tune in for that?
Yeah. All I just say is pray for the Bears. Hopefully,
Should I even tune in for that game? That's the question I have.
pray for the Bears.
Should I even
But
tune
guess
in?
what? Green Bay still fighting. They still fighting playoff. position.
Exactly. So should I even tune in for that?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
like
guess what?
are we gonna get blown out?
But
They
if
gonna,
you,
and here's the thing about it. They gonna be having a point. They want to prove a point to everybody because obviously they are our rivals, even though some people say they're not.
I'm just
They gonna try
glad
to
that
prove a
game's
point.
I'm just glad that game's at noon. I'm just glad that game's at noon and not any other time.
So
Like
they gonna if y'all they
end
gonna
my
match up.
misery early next week. End my misery early on Sunday. Don't do this to me.
Y'all think Saquon before we go? Y'all think Saquon gonna break the record?
No, I don't think they play him
break
next
the
week.
record.
I don't think they play him.
Nick Sirianni.
Now that they've clinched the division, I just don't think they risk it.
Nick Sirianni gonna make sure he break that record because Nick Sirianni got a big ego.
If he does play, it's just going to be to break the record, and then he's out of there.
Yeah.
What does he need? 100 and some yards.
101 yards. 101.
Right.
Ooh, yeah, he got that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
If he does play, it's to get the record, but then they'll yank him. Like, I don't expect to see Jalen Hurts out there. Honestly, I don't think they'll put Kenny Pickett out there. It might be Tanner McKee again and Ian Book for the week. Because they already clinched the division, right? They already clinched the division, so no need to risk it now. Save the guys healthy for the playoffs, though.
So we'll see. Yeah, we appreciate y'all. It's the last show of this year. Because our next show will be the first.
That
show
Lions Vikings game about to be goated though, because they playing for the 1 seed and the division.
Yeah.
So they playing for 2 things.
Is it in Detroit?
Yeah, it's in Detroit. Sunday night. They made that the Sunday night game. That's gonna be fire. That's gonna be fire, bro.
That is gonna be a good game.
That is gonna be a good. Like, I'm excited to watch that. That's gonna be a good game.
Really good
like
game.
I thought, because I enjoyed Sunday's game last night against the Commanders and Falcons. I think next week's is gonna be even better, personally.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good game. I can't wait to see.
I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be a game.
The playoffs resume. I think this weekend.
The second round of the college football playoffs.
Yeah, we gonna get ready to whoop on Notre Dame real quick because I don't.
I hope y'all do. Real talk, I actually do. I hope y'all put belt to behind. I sure do.
I love it because I got people, Notre Dame fans on Twitter telling me
I don't like Notre Dame. So I hope y'all put belt to behind.
Yeah.
They go so crazy about how good their quarterback is, and he could barely even pass the ball.
Yo, Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
You should have seen him at the beginning of the season. Zay, you should have seen him at the beginning of the season. They couldn't stand Riley Leonard. They wanted that dude benched. I would know. They wanted that dude benched. I said, now y'all want this man? Okay.
Receivers ain't that good. We like. I'm not.
I really do. I hope y'all destroy Notre Dame.
Obviously, I'm gonna be humbled about it, but I think we're gonna whoop their behinds.
I hope y'all do. I really do. Please destroy them. Michigan play tomorrow too. They gotta play Bama. I'm mad about it too. Like, why they get Bama again? I don't like. They did that on purpose, bro.
I like.
They wanted a Rose Bowl.
We get a bowl game. We get SEC team.
We get literally freaking Bama, bro. I hate that, bro.
Bama or somebody else from the SEC. Every time.
Every time, bro. I'm like, they do that on purpose, bro.
On purpose.
They don't do it to
Like
Ohio State though.
they don't. That's what I'd be saying. Like they do that on purpose. Like Bama is 9-3 and we're 7-5. Like
You have a shot. Bama just lost to Oklahoma. It's very possible.
We don't have a shot.
Oklahoma did lose.
Man, I believe in guns.
I'm
So
just
we'll
mad,
see.
bro. We'll see.
shall
Davis Warren better not be starting. That pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we're not
Like I better see a lot of Jaden Davis out there tomorrow, or I'm gonna be mad. Highly salty.
Anyways, though, yeah, y'all have a good year. We thank y'all for the support, man.
Oh yeah, New Year's is next time we come back. It'll be 2025.
We appreciate everybody that came on the show. All the people that we work with. Thank you again, Ray, for this opportunity. It's been amazing. Next year, we'll try to, up it a little bit. Unfortunately, it's hard when the Bears suck. But
it's hard when the Bears just stink and you don't have the energy to invest in them.
Right. Y'all realize we just talked for like 45 minutes about everybody else but the Bears. Because what's to talk about?
What's there to talk about? What, you want me to keep talking about how miserable this team is? I'm not doing it.
But again, this is why I enjoy talking to these two, because you learn so much about the game. You learn so much about just players that you wouldn't even know about. That's why I enjoy talking to them. I enjoy talking to people like Coach G, because a lot of these people said a lot of things with the Bears that came to fruition. While people sitting there glossing over things that were right there in your face, they weren't. These three for sure. Those three for sure. So I appreciate them because they helped me become a better watcher of football. So I've learned a whole lot from y'all. So I appreciate y'all. And yeah, next year gonna be even greater for all of us.
Hopefully it's even better, and we can talk about the Bears more next year.
To everybody,
Get
man.
the right head coach, please.
Yes,
for real, please. Can we choose? Can we choose the right head coach, and then can we fix the offensive line? That would be nice.
The head coach matters more than the GM.
Man,
please,
for real.
Get the head coach right, please. If you
get the head coach right. Everything else will fall into place. But please get the head coach right. Please.
Guess what? I'm gonna say it like this: if Ben Johnson comes in, pick the right staff.
Please.
I don't want him. Please. Pick the right staff. If he comes
as long as the coach has the right staff that can get this team where it needs to be, I don't care who it is. Personally, I have my preferences. Sure, but as long as the guy can get the right staff in here and get this team where they should be, then I'm cool. That's it.
Remember,
easy to please.
Fun of Dan Campbell biting kneecaps, but guess what? He had the right staff, and now who looks like
man? Exactly. So just give me that guy.
He is biting kneecaps. He about to get #1 seed.
I need that #1 seed. Actually, they need to win tonight first. Win tonight first, and then worry about the 1 seed.
How you got damn near half your team IR? You still only got 2 losses.
Elevates players, man.
They play for Dan Campbell, man.
Elevates players.
Yeah, just imagine.
Just like those players play for Kevin O'Connell. Which, by the way, we could have had Kevin O'Connell. Let me stop, bro, because I'm gonna start screaming. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't fault them for that because they should have just picked Dan Quinn at that point.
It don't matter.
Could have had him too. Even with still, the point is you could have had Kevin O'Connell or Dan Quinn, and they were better than Matt Eberflus. That is the point.
They didn't even interview that guy. The problem is they interviewed Dan Quinn, and he was right there, and they didn't take him.
And they didn't take him.
They ain't even. Nope.
Let me stop, bro. You had Dan Campbell on your finalist list, and you said no. You said no to him, but yes to Matt Eberflus. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop. Please let me stop.
George went and picked up Ryan Poles, but then go. Usually, typically, owners go and pick up the coaches. He didn't do that to Dan Quinn.
He didn't even do that, bro.
They didn't even send him.
He had to buy his ticket. Remember that.
Buy his ticket, and he had to get his way to where they were.
That is so sick. That's what. Oh man, don't get me started, bro. I'm about to start screaming. Don't do that.
Yep, that's George and King Post for you, baby.
Oh, that just is upsetting.
Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We will see y'all next week. And we'll talk some more football. So Have a good one. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.